Hey! What?
The lift wasn't working and he was in pain, so I tried to lift him on my own. Yes, it's bad. I'll need help.
Can I help you with that?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Workplace injuries hurt the most at home.
Your mouth can do a lot of amazing things. And your mouth can save a life.
Hi, I'm Tom Wong. I'm just one of close to 1,000 Canadians in search of a stem cell match. We need your help.
A simple swab is all you need to register on the National Stem Cell Database. You could be the one to save a life. Find the hero in you.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's DC, and this is Out of the Fog, hanging out in my kitchen in true COVID style, if that even is a thing. Tonight we have Andrew Rodgers from Fairgale talking about new music, the boys of summer, and everything that goes into being a musician during these times and beyond, and the amazing Reverend David Burrows, who does so much for our community, and he's talking about Home Again and their upcoming campaign to raise funds. Can't wait for you guys to join us. Some good chats going down. This is Out of the Fog. We'll be right back after this break.
This is Rodgers TV.
I lost my family 3 years ago.
You sure you want to do this?
I didn't kill every last one of them. I've got nothing to lose.
What about your life?
A lot about it.
He was a sociopath, completely in control. He said that wherever I went, he would find me. Show yourself! Come on!
There you are.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much. We're here hanging out in my kitchen tonight, a very different set than the production spot up at Rodgers. This is Out of the Fog, and as I mentioned before the break, I'm lucky enough to hang out with a couple of great people that I know in this community. The first one is the Reverend David Burrows. How are you doing, David?
I'm doing really well, Donnie. Good to
Great
see
to
you.
hear. Now, where are you two?
Right now, I'm in my home in the front room in Conception Bay South.
I love you. God's country, I hear.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful sunny day.
I grew up in Logie Bay, so I think we're at the opposite ends of the city, sort of doing our thing, right? Who's behind you, and who's in that wedding photo?
That is my lovely wife, Krista, and she's a teacher at St. Francis of Assisi, actually, in Logie Bay. Yeah.
Where I went to school my entire life.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mrs. Press, Mr. Rumsey, Mr. Rose, any of the great beauties watching this show that practically raised us all. That's amazing. That's an amazing community school.
It's a great school. Yeah, yeah. And she's very happy and blessed to be there.
Oh my gosh. Memories are flooding back. I'm distracted here now. Thank you so much for joining me. I mean, there's a bunch of things that we'll talk about in our hang today. I would love to start with an organization that brought us together called Home Again. Why don't you tell everybody at home all about that?
Yeah, okay. So Home Again Furniture Bank is a social agency here in the St. John's region. It's been on the go for about 5 years. I'm one of the founders, and it's supported primarily by the Anglican Diocese of Eastern Newfoundland and Labrador, Anglican East NL. And we provide used furniture for those people in need, and they get referrals from various organizations. Over this past year, in 2019, we delivered to over 410 homes. 389 people needed beds in those 410 homes, because what we realize in the city of St. John's and the outlying region is that there are people who are sleeping on the floor, sleeping on sofas, or sleeping with extended family because they don't have the kind of finances to be able to support having the basic things that you and I and most people would have. We have beautiful homes on the outside, but some people, when they move into a place, if they're renting, they want to get their rent to be able to pay. And then they want to be able to pay for their heat and their food. And so furniture, dishes, bedding, those kinds of things are the last things on their list. And so we provide that gap so that people are not so vulnerable. Because if, I don't know about you, but if you had to sleep on the floor every day of your life and then get up and go to work, try to be productive, it's kind of hard.
It's funny, I heard a stat during the middle part of Snowmageddon, just afterwards.
Okay.
From a contact that I have at Light and Power.
Yep.
Told me that day alone, 15 houses in an area of the city were disconnected. And he says that's a regular occurrence. And I said, what do you mean that they're disconnecting Light and Power? It's because people are living in homes, living lives they can't afford, and unable to pay for the necessities that we take for granted.
Yeah. And some people are going through different things in life, right? So people are transitioning. Some people are transitioning from a poor relationship. And so they get out into a place of safety. And so they go into some kind of a support system. And because of that, they're only able to take the things that they can carry with them. And so their safety, personal safety, is more important than taking their favorite couch or their favorite bed or whatever it is.
Right.
And it did start all over. And we have other people who are coming out of incarceration or out of various other institutions or other ways of being, and then they have to start afresh. And sometimes the family and community supports aren't there to be able to do those things. And so we provide the gap for all sorts of different agencies and organizations.
That's so incredible. And such a partnership-driven entity as well. Who do you have to thank when you look back on things in terms of the funding partners specifically? I know Genoa, incredible company, incredible leadership.
Yeah.
Who else comes to your mind?
So there's Genoa Design. There's, of course, the provincial government and the federal government have given us a great past 5 years. Anglican East NL have provided us with space and with office space and with volunteers, all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
My own parish, the Anglican Parish of the Ascension, supported right from the beginning and provide the governance piece all around it. Vera Finn has just made some major donations.
Amazing. That's awesome.
With regards to the project that we're on right now, they certainly do as well. And Down Home actually has made some donations as well and helped us to get some storage spaces. So there's lots of things. And Allied Movers.
So great.
The things you don't think about, in this COVID-19 pandemic time. So just to give you an example, last year, the entire year, we delivered to 410 homes, okay, throughout the 12 months. This year, so far, since January, we're almost halfway through the year. You'd think we'd probably be around 200.
Yeah.
57 families, that's it. You just think now, Snowmageddon, we couldn't deliver. And since March 15th, we have not been able to deliver because we usually use volunteers, right? So right now we have a great this come together. Allied Movers, we're paying Allied Movers in order to help us to move a few. But we've done maybe a half a dozen since the beginning of March. So all these kinds of things affect how people can live. So you think,
yet the families still need the furniture. These people still need basic beds to sleep in.
Yep. And some people, perhaps since March 15th, have lost their employment. Right?
Need is up.
Yeah. Yeah, in so many ways. And
talk about what you're doing, if I could, to make the most of this opportunity, because the organization has a great campaign going, and I want you to talk about the details of that for everyone watching and your participation in that, if you could.
Okay, certainly. So we have a program right now up until May 22nd. Where is the calendar these days? Until May 22nd, we're doing a program called Heads Without Beds. And so there are 21 people, actually, volunteers, various faith-based leaders, and others who are choosing on May the 22nd, this Friday, to sleep on the floor, on the couch, in a sleeping bag, anywhere but their bed. And we have raised money. So we have a support through Canada Helps. There's a link that I've already sent you, so I hopefully at the bottom of the page.
Yeah.
That is a way in which we can support that. And so we've raised to date $13,000 for Heads Without Beds, and it's still growing. And what you need to know is our wait list is about 150 people on the wait list. So, if we're not delivering because we don't have the money to pay the movers and to pay for the beds, then people are not getting the same opportunities that you and I would have. And it's giving them comfort and dignity and stability. And I don't know about you, but for me, every human being in the world needs human dignity. And so for that means the basics. We don't need to have a fancy anything, but we need to have a bed to sleep on. We need to have a pillow. We need to have blankets. We need to have dishes so we can put our food and our drinks into, the basic things.
I think that we are very lucky that you and the Anglican community and the volunteer networks and the amazing visionary companies are doing this, empowering Home Again in the million ways that the people in our province need.
Yeah. So one example, this past week, Reverend gave us a donation of $5,000 to support this. And we're like, wow, that's so amazing, because that can do so much for people.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, because you and I both know now the kind of financial instability that companies are having, that individuals are having, that the government is having, and yet we still know that people need to live and need to live with dignity.
I'm very excited for the work you guys are doing. I want everyone watching at home to Google Home Again Furniture Bank and to learn more about this valuable organization that works so hard to help so many, and to see how you can get involved. All it takes is a little help, a little reach out to let everyone who is powering this organization know that they are having impact. And so thank you so much in advance for reaching out and helping Home Again in any way that you can. Good luck with the event, David, and always great to see you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Oh my God, a pleasure. I'll see you soon. I know, maybe through one dimension, we'll see. This is Out of the Fog, guys. We'll be right back after this break.
All right, girls.
Mom, you said it's played again.
Workplace injuries hurt the most at home.
I took this picture of my wife when she was near death, waiting for a liver transplant. And this is her now.
Hello, I'm Lise Breckenridge. A liver transplant saved my life.
What can I say? You be the judge.
Your donation will help Canadians understand the importance of pledging to be an organ donor.
And it will help save the lives of so many more.
As it has for us.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Out of the Fog, as you know, taping it social distance style. And I'm here with the one and only lead singer of Fairgale, Andrew Rodgers. What's up, buddy?
How's it going, Donnie? How are you?
I'm great, man. You have quite an interesting set up there.
Yeah, I mean, this all came on because, you know, the whole isolation thing. We started doing solo Facebook Live shows. As I got going, I kind of wanted to take it out of the look of just kind of singing in the spare bedroom. So I don't know if it looks fancy, but I can promise you that it's not. This is essentially a queen-sized black sheet that I happen to have lying around the house. So I thought about painting the wall green and doing a green screen, but I kind of changed my mind. And then I'll see. Maybe I'll paint the whole room black. I don't know.
Just leave
You
that
gotta
red
get creative,
door,
man. You gotta get creative. Yeah.
Listen. Necessity is the mother of invention, brother.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love it. And if I had my time back, I would have strung a sheet behind me as well. Instead, you're
Yours
getting
looks
my
fine.
fridge. You're getting a piece of art that I bought at 24 that I still love more than anything I own. I'll
can't
bore
see
you
it
with the
clearly,
details. I know I'm not trying to give away all my secrets. You know what I mean?
Right on.
Knowing you in the music world, I want to ask you what this time of life is doing for you in terms of inspiration and creativity.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. It's given me a chance. There's so many things going on in life at all times. It seems that I don't always get the chance to maybe focus solely on just creating music. And right now, I obviously have some day-to-day things I got to do, but for the most part, I'm able to, if I want to sit down and write a song, I got the time to sit down and write a song. If I want to record a demo to send to the rest of the guys in the band, I can do that too. I've actually been enjoying. There's a lot of things obviously bad about this whole thing. So overall, it's a bit of a yeah, Captain Obvious over here. But for me, from a music standpoint, it's been awesome. I've been able to write so much, and yeah. So I guess
let's let everybody watching at home. We're going to share the love and call out the other Fairgale boys and the parts they play.
Yeah, sorry, say that again.
The other members of the band.
Oh, yeah. So we have Brad Tuck on the drums. Brad is also a member of Shanny Ganuk. Brad is also a successful solo traditional Newfoundland artist. Stephen Green plays guitar, keys, also sings lead vocals. We kind of it's a bit of a 50-50 thing, really. And of course, we have Gary Powers on the bass, and Gary's the only non-singing member, but he makes up for it with his bass playing. So it works.
God love him.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I love your music. I love the songwriting. I love the harmonies. A very pop rock forward energy that we have on our music scene in Fairgale, and everyone loves it too. How does it feel to be so embraced by people across the province and beyond with the music you're making?
So a couple of times, I'll start with this. A couple of times I've had people come up to me and they're almost like shocked, or like, sorry, I don't mean to be weird, or I don't mean to be whatever, but I just want to say that I like your music. And I'm always like, you don't understand. Like, we spend so much time writing and creating music. We want you to like it. So thank you so much. But yeah, it's awesome. I feel like here in Newfoundland, like, it feels like there's quite a few people in our corner kind of rooting for us, which is awesome. This is home. So it's, we've been doing a lot of Facebook Live videos, and recently Brad and I have kind of double bubbled up, or whatever it's technically called. But I see a lot of the same people coming back, and it's awesome. It's awesome to have those people following along. So,
well, your voice, as you know from my constant fangirl DM through Insta moments. Holy shit, sick song, can't believe it, so good. Like, you got a lot of fans on the go. You have a wide taste in music. How is that impacting the music you're making now?
That's also an interesting question. The problem, I have a very wide taste in music. As a teenager, super massive Iron Maiden fan. Still love them. I listen to that kind of stuff. I listen to like Elvis. I listen to everything, like almost any genre you can think of. Like I'm diving into some degree, at least as a listener. But I draw from all those influences. The problem, again, going back to what we just said, is people don't really want you to be more than one thing, it seems. Or like, I don't know if they don't want you to be more than one thing. They perceive you in a certain way. So yeah, that's all. Keeping a consistent sound, even though you're drawn from many different influences, it's definitely a challenge. And I think that's the way music sort of, you kind of had to deliver it that way. Like, you want to, we always say, you don't want to put it like a metal album than a country album to follow. Like, I don't think that's an extreme example, but it's a matter of keeping it something consistent, and it's a challenge, yeah, for sure.
Well, it is. And, Boys of Summer, your springtime, what are you at hit that you guys are hitting us over the head with. keeping us warm while you create the new music. I see what's happening there. But then you'll get up and like, this flight tonight by Nazareth. And I'm just like, my head is melting at you. Like, it's unbelievable. You're right. You want to not confuse people.
Exactly.
You also, as an artist, have a responsibility to color outside your own lines.
Mm-hmm. And that's a great way to put it. I agree. Yeah. So like all those old, like, yeah, even Boys of Summer, like I feel like we still put our own spin on it to make it unique to us. Yeah, I mean, it's a classic rock tune that we just love, and it was fun to take. And to be honest, that was literally, hey guys, want to make an isolation video? Sure. And then it just slowly started to get to this point where we were like, oh, well, let's kind of go all the way with it. It's kind of sounding pretty good right now, so we got the mix and the master. Like we did that one 100% in-house, and now there's radio stations picking it up and stuff. I mean, again, there was no plan for this song. It was just like, you see people putting out these videos all the time where everybody's in their own room and stuff. And so yeah, we're definitely a bit surprised by what's going on with that tune.
But you love the happy accidents. Isn't that the best as an artist, is when you put so much time and effort into something, and often it can be like a fart in church and you're like, what the? And then you do something that is just flippantly creative off the cuff and everyone dies for it. It's so hilarious.
It's weird I don't think there's any way to wrap your head around what's going to happen with anything. I mean, if you go back to anyone who's been following along for a while, the Trooper thing with us, I mean, that still doesn't make any sense to me. I try to understand it. And I mean, in that moment, it was like, we're in the airport playing a like super out of tune piano. Like Steven had to leave out keys and everything. And I start singing and the first couple words are way off pitch. And like, it's so weird for me to look at. And then like, that's probably the thing that people know us by the most, you know, like, and I don't fully understand it. It doesn't really make any sense.
Well,
I mean,
those
I like
are the best things in life. Oh, of course. Yeah. Like, I mean, put that in the hat. So listen, it's been a great chat. Yeah. I'm going to wrap this so that we can make room for your song. What song are you going to be hitting us with that we can all love and listen and download and look out for?
Yeah. So this one is not released. I should go back and say, Gary and I went to the Dominican, Gary obviously in Fairgale as well. By the time we got back, things changed quite drastically, and we both had to quarantine for 14 days. And in that time, it was wild. In that time frame, I just wrote this song and did a video myself and put it out. So there's actually a video of this tune. It's in like a demo form, because again, this was just something to keep myself occupied. The song's called What Doesn't Kill Us, but we've already kind of ramped up the production and things to make it a bit more professional, or whatever you want to call it. And we're going to be shipping this one off for a mix and master very soon. And it looks like this one's going to be the first single. So What Doesn't Kill Us is what's coming up.
Can't wait. Guys, Andrew Rodgers, Fairgale. Check him out. Check Fairgale out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here in my kitchen virtually there, Andrew.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for hanging out in front of my queen size black sheet.
That's Hollywood, baby. It's Hollywood. Yeah. Thank you so much. This is Out of the Fog. We'll be right back with this cut after the break. See you guys.
Sometimes I get so numb from being alive, I forget you weren't always in my life. While we're young, we've got to hold on here, 'cause these are the golden years. I don't wanna go out there on my own without you. I am broken, without you, I ain't got nothing left. Nothing to care for, just regret. Everything I have collects dust on the shelf. Pictures of you holding me. If I could go back, change my ways, yeah, I'd pull myself together. We're two birds of a feather. I don't wanna go out there on my own without you. I am broken, and I don't wanna sleep away the day when I'm with you. It doesn't kill us, makes us stronger. Give me all that I can take. I might bend, but I won't break. My back's against the ropes, but I will take the punches for you. Down and out for the count. I feel the comeback coming now. No, I will never surrender. I don't wanna go out there on my own without you. I am broken, and I don't wanna sleep away the day when I'm with you. It doesn't kill us, makes us stronger. No, I don't wanna go out there on my own without you. I am broken, and I don't wanna sleep away the day when I'm with you. It doesn't kill us, makes us stronger.
Call the Rodgers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
We never done this before.